and we are live on a Friday night. All in on high school sports. Jennifer Valenti, Kurt Valenti.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Late night. But there's our guy, Kenny Kirkpatrick. Good evening. Can't wait for tonight's results.
Thanks for
What do we
tuning
got
in.
going on tonight?
All right. Well, we are recapping some of the scores from the evening. So we're going to start with a little...
But this is our recap show.
This is our recap show.
It's a nice little recap show.
Quick few minutes to give you the latest scores for Friday night football action. So we're going to start with a little Woodridge and New Milford. We shared Coach Catrona's speech last week on Tuesday's show, I should say. So he must have fired up his guys again because they won big, 56-18.
My adopted team, baby, my adopted team, and hopefully
one of two adopted teams.
One of two, and hopefully for a surprise for next weekend, which we can maybe share on Tuesday night.
Well, we'll see.
We will see on that.
Before we tease that out, we got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of work.
All right,
absolutely.
Our second game that we're going to feature tonight is the Park Ridge and Garfield. Again, we have Garfield. We had some Garfield's former residents picking last week. So for that game, we had Park Ridge winning by a score of 41-14 over Garfield.
Yes, that made, I think you were the only one on that panel. We'll get into it on Tuesday night. That went against the Boilermakers. But, not a great night for the Boilermakers. Hopefully, Coach Santa Coach can bounce back next week. Big win, Park Ridge.
All right, our next game, we're revisiting Ramapo, the team we featured, tweeted live from last week in their opener, versus Pascack Valley. We have Ramapo winning by a score of 40-13. Ramapo rolls on.
Ramapo rolls on. Mr. Grusser, I believe, had 5 touchdowns tonight.
Wow.
Kenny's saying, no, Kurt, Woodridge is my adopted team, and I did pick Park Ridge. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Kenny went against Garfield. Nice. We'll get into that Tuesday, but no. Woodridge is mine, too. Morris Catholic is yours. I have 2. Those are my 2.
All right, our next game was Northern Highlands and Passaic County Technical Institute.
Now, this was a game where I think Kenny and Jerry wanted to go against Northern Highlands. I know I wanted to pick PCT, but the final score tonight, hoops.
Northern Highlands 42, PCTI 7.
So, again,
I picked Highlands on that one.
We picked Highlands, and I tell you, Highlands is loaded. Skill kids up, up the gazoo. They got skill kids. So, big win over PCTI, but PCTI, I believe, will still be heard from this year.
All right, our next game that we're going to report on is Lyndhurst and Elmwood Park. Lyndhurst recording a shutout here, 47-0.
Yeah, we didn't cover. We weren't sure if this game was actually going to be played this week, but hey, Coach Tuero, I believe, I want to say if I read this correctly, Coach Ortieri's birthday today.
Oh,
so,
nice.
What a happy birthday. Put up 47
nice
points over Elmwood Park, 47-0 Lyndhurst. So Lyndhurst starts the season 1-0.
All right, our next game is Clifton and Hackensack. Hackensack traveled to Clifton today. We were live tweeting about this game as well this evening. Clifton got off to a really strong start. Perhaps the strongest start possible with a kickoff return for a touchdown
12
in 12
seconds. In.
Then their special, they had an interception, right?
Interception for a touchdown.
Interception for a touchdown. A run-in for a touchdown. So they all firing on all cylinders tonight. The offense, special teams, the defense.
Everything.
They shut out Hackensack for 3 straight quarters for a final of 27-7.
Yeah, so now Clifton goes 2-0. They had a big win at the Carrier Dome last week. And so 2-0, highly ranked. And again, this is going to be a team definitely going to be heard from the rest of the season.
Team to watch.
Henry Zimmernoff, in Colorado, the Boulder Panthers are starting to become contenders again for the 5A state title in hopes to finally snap their very long title drought. Just saying.
Ooh,
we would love.
Write that down.
Write that down. We would love. I know I was talking to Matt. He gave us a list Matt
Awesome.
Staffiero. But Henry, if you have any connections there and to get them on the team,
Panthers.
Boulder
Very cool.
Panthers.
Thank you for that. We'd love to.
We'd love to
feature-
reach out and get
Yeah.
them on. So Henry, if you have any connections for us, shoot them our
A
way.
name, an email, anything. Great. Thank you
And-
so much
and
for
we will
dropping
get 'em.
that. Awesome. The next game we are featuring is West Essex and Riverdale. Just gonna say that I think I gained a little point on this one too.
You
here
did.
we have West Essex 20, Riverdale 7. Nice bounce back for West Essex.
Yeah, and you know
after
what?
a
I will
tough-
give credit where it's due. You picked them, your boys. Big win after a tough loss to Ramapo. A little shocker in my opinion, but hey, good team gets the win. Riverdale goes to 1-1. West Essex goes to 1-1. Kenny's saying, "Let's go hoops." Did he take West Essex? I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, we had a lot of games, a lot of scores running through my mind. So I will of course
Never
double
go
check.
against hoops.
All right, our next game was a close contest this evening, the Nutley-Belleville game. We're in Clifton, so there are two close towns there. Nutley eked it out, 29-28 over Belleville.
Yeah, little rivalry, like you
Yeah.
said, right down the road.
Yep.
And I want to say something. Kenny say, of course, I took West Essex. I want to say that I know Mike Lamberti, who we're going to get on in a couple of weeks, was tweeting out that Nutley has won something like 19 out of 20 or something like that. But they had to come from behind tonight. So had to come from behind. Nutley 29-28 over Belleville.
Our next score, we move to Morris County with the Montville-Parsippany Hills matchup. Montville, my former coaching days in Montville, are victorious 45-7 over Parsippany Hills. It's a nice statement win for Montville. Big, putting a lot of points on the board there.
Okay.
You ready for our next one?
Yes, I am.
We have, notice he's quiet on the Morris County teams. Just saying.
Oh, I'm doing all the work on the show with the scores.
You're also, but you've commented all the Bergens.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Our next score is St. Peter's Prep, who took on another out-of-state opponent, and they won. They blanked them, 34-0.
34-0. Again, we could say I'm talking about this, but now it's 3 in a row. Again, I'll tell you this. Mr. Fiore's probably happy after this one. So they said big. Everyone said big. They've had 3 runaways, and now it's going to get a little tougher. The bigger boys, and it's going to be games we definitely like to cover.
Alrighty. And our last in-state game that we're going to do this evening is the Rutherford-Glenrock matchup.
And boy, I'll tell you this. Was I wrong on this one?
Rutherford blanking them 36-0.
Wow. We said last week they had a real tough heartbreaker against Heights, and it shows you how good now Heights is, because Glenrock is always a good program, and Rutherford put it on them tonight 36-0. Could be 2-0. They could be 2-0, but 1-1, but a force in that league down the road.
All right, and we do want to give a shout out to our Maryland team that we've been covering, Huntingtown. Kenny's been sending us some information there. Tonight they were led by 3 of their seniors, quarterback Coy Greenwell, wide receiver running back Carrington Taylor, and running back David Bolin. And the Huntington Hurricanes, who are coached by Paul Friel, were victorious over Leonardtown tonight, 26-6.
26-6. Kenny saying Maryland guy is back, baby, 1 loss. I mean, he's all over the board. He really is. But again,
it's a long season, Kenny.
Oh, it's a way long season.
He's in the lead. He thinks it's done. He's up there, but anything can happen. I'm with you.
And the great part, tons of games tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes.
Tons of games tomorrow. So we will be back at some point tomorrow to recap the Saturday games. But great team. Real quick, I know we saw one game in action, one game live. Off that board real fast, most impressive team off that list tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Putting me on the spot here. It's hard to choose. Some of these teams that, blanked the teams or held them scoreless is impressive. But I got to go with West Essex again, because I think that's a big bounce back for them. That was another tough opponent. And I'm going to say that was a big win for them. Really big win.
I'm going to say most impressive for me. I got two. Most impressive for me is Northern Highlands. Highly anticipated game against PCTI. Really good team in PCTI. 42-7 win. But again, I'm sorry. He said it in the speech. It's going to be different. You took on a perennial good team in New Milford.
With you on this one.
56-18. They're setting the tone.
I was just going to say, they're letting everybody know they're a force to be reckoned with.
Kenny's got a great one. Park Ridge and Rutherford, both. But listen, he put up 56. Next week, big one at Beckton. And Coach Catrona's off to now a 2-0 start in his career.
Correct. Yep.
But that's it for tonight, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow night, we'll recap the Saturday's games. And hope everybody enjoys. And can't wait for Tuesday night's pick segment and see who finishes the deal.
Good night.